You ready, Travis? Oh, we're recording. Oh, hey
Oh,
everybody, we're drinking, and it's randomly, and it's Wednesday. It's random drinking. I'm your boy OHDOCTAH Stone, aka OHDOCTAH, and I don't like to drink alone. So I figured if I get my friends together online, it's so much easier to do. Brian Brushwood, where are you at?
I'm in Austin, Texas, back home at home base for the first time in 2 freaking months. It has been a brutal time on the road, but I could not be happier to be sitting in my own little spaceship right here. I always feel like I'm about to fire lasers at bad guys or something in here. It's ridiculous.
Nope, not today. You know why? Because
Why?
spiky hair is down.
That's right. You know, I
Spiky
I
hair is
meant
down.
to. I took off my hat. I was gonna wear a hat, and I was just like, I don't know. I
No,
don't
don't
want.
wear a hat. Don't wear a hat. Go hatless
Yeah,
tonight.
see, and I took it off. I'm like, well, it doesn't look bad, but I just don't want
No.
anyone to think like this is my on-purpose hairstyle. This is me like, screw it, we're random drinking. This is, as I understand it, this is like we're sitting around a campfire, and whatever comes up, and that's where we go. Is that how we're playing this?
the warm
Exactly.
glow of a laptop screen.
Yes.
No warmth of the laptop screen.
As long as nobody gets brings up a story about me and molested as a child, that is exactly what could happen this evening. Also with us tonight is my Justin Robert Young, my import friend, my son. He might look like he look. See, look how we look like. Look, he's still got his hair, but he's gonna lose it just like me in a
Right.
few years. Tony J. Falcone, say what's up to the people, Tones.
Hey, everybody. What's going on?
Tony and I have been friends for like 15, 20 years since he was Tiny Tot and I was still a big grizzly bear. Tony is a man among men and he knows how to drink. Tony is a professional drinker. Um, I
I
have
like to
pictures.
say I have a drinking problem. I'm good at it. It's a
Yes.
problem.
Wait till I dig out the pictures of you thrown up on your 21st birthday.
Holy
Great.
cow.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You forgot about that.
That wasn't my fault. It wasn't my
Tell
fault.
us the story why you threw up, Tony.
Well, I forget which smartass it was, but of course somebody had to buy me a prairie fire for my 21st, and I knew what it was going into it, and I was like, whatever, and I did it anyway because I wasn't going to back down from it. So yeah, I hope you have a video of it even because I was fully composed when I did that. I took the shot,
Oh.
put up my hand, was like, excuse me, calmly made my way to the bathroom, calmly hurled the entire time, and walked back and puked and rallied. So I'm not ashamed of it.
Oh, Brian, this was total white boy fashion. We had him taking shots, we had him drinking, and it was our boy Brian DeRico who's like prairie dog. And
Rico, I
Tony's like,
saw him tonight. Oh man,
Tony's like, fuck it, I'll do it, whatever. And he steps up, and just like you said, he took his shot, and then he's like, and he goes to the bathroom, and it's just projectile all the alcohol.
you followed me in. I remember
I
this
followed
now.
him with
You
the
followed me
camera.
and took pictures.
It was like stormtroopers in there, but I was like paparazzi. I went into the stall with him and was taking pictures.
Did you get the full-on like forensic evidence painting the walls? Like we could recreate how this all happened if we.
I was a good 10 feet from the toilet, probably.
Yeah,
That's
he was
awesome.
pretty much standing straight up, and just projectiling out. It was the most disgustingly awesome thing ever. So, what's up, party people in the chat room? We are here to drink. Hopefully, you have a drink with you at the moment. Even if you're underage, just tell us what kind of fruit juice you're drinking. Just light up the chat room right now. Tell us what kind of drink you have. I'm just wondering what the people are drinking in the streets nowadays. I want to know what the kids are having. High C, that's what I'm talking about. I love High C.
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke,
That's
Tom
my
Collins,
here, man. Diet Coke. I've got it bad.
Arnold Palmer.
Look
Let's
at
see.
this.
And Brian, you are addicted to some
All
Diet Coke, dude.
Who, me?
You are addicted to Diet Coke.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what it is it's all I don't know. I hate to compare myself this way, but it's like a lot of what I do when I'm on the road is I got to get pepped up for the show. So it's like, hey man, let's have some Diet Coke. And so Diet Coke leading up to the show, and then you do the show, and then after the show you kick back and you have a cold one, and then you come down, you go to sleep. Nothing wrong with that, right? That's legal here in America, right?
It is legal here in America.
I like it.
But I do have to admit that I think I'm a creature of habit, and I think I just automatically drink Diet Coke probably more than I ought to. I think there's a lot of times I'd be just as fine drinking water. Or you know what I'll do is if I can't have Diet Coke or if I don't need the caffeine, I'll get soda water, like just like sparkling water, because it tastes I don't know, kind of like beer to me. It doesn't taste sweet the way a sugary drink would.
Yeah, I just don't like diet stuff. The diet sort of freaks me out. I always think there's some kind of crazy chemicals in it. Like right now I'm drinking my elixir of life. I don't know if you can see it. It looks brown and dirty, but it's got some vodka, some peach
Is that
schnapps.
Dirty Tang?
It actually looks.
It is.
It looks like
It's
cold
Dirty Tang?
chocolate. It looks like you're drinking cold hot chocolate.
Tony knows exactly what this is. This is my magical drink that I make. I used to make at house parties and have people throwing up at parties because they get trashed
Dude,
on it.
I haven't seen that since we went to DC that one time.
Yeah.
When was the last time I saw that?
So, Brian, I'll have to make this for you next time I come out to Texas. It has 6 shots of alcohol per glass, and you
Holy
can't taste the alcohol.
That's a problem, right? That's bad.
It is.
When
Yeah,
that's
it's
the case. See,
yeah,
and I
it's-
think I like it.
And
when I
everyone's blaming Four Loko. It was Owen.
Oh,
That's why lately I've gotten into like IPAs because I think I like it to taste like alcohol. Like lately, in the last 5 years or so, I've started drinking gin and IPAs because gin is like it's like drinking turpentine or pine needles or something. It's like it's foul and hostile to your taste buds. And there's something right about that when it comes to alcohol. You know, I don't like fruity. Oh, I can't even tell I'm drinking drinks.
Well, that's
Oh,
good,
yeah.
actually, because you're keeping track. You can tell.
Well,
I think
yeah,
that's
exactly. 'Cause
part
you
of
don't-
it. Yeah, when
like,
you're drinking these
they don't-
fruit, when you're drinking Dirty Tang, and you're on your ass before 10:30. You know, you're
remember? Oh,
30
remember
minutes
la-
into the show.
the last time Tony remembers drinking it, we got kicked out of American University because our friend got trashed and basically got us thrown out of the girls' dorm. We had chicks lined up for the night. Everything was going good. And one friend, the girls weren't even as drunk as him. He was just wasted on this shit. He got us kicked out in the middle of a fucking snowstorm. And we almost died on the way home. So that was probably the last time I made it in public. So
So Tony sounds like a beer connoisseur, and you say you can't drink beer.
yes.
Like, does it make you like, or what?
You know what it does? In my mind, I always think of beer as like urine. So when I look at it, I just think that looks like pee, and I don't want to drink that. It's and then when everybody complains about it getting warm and frothy, and that's how it feels to me. And I like sweet. I'm a fat person. I like candy and snacks and cookies. So I don't know if I've had a beer in my life. I've had 3 Coronas with like 5 limes put in them. So
And how was it?
it was drinkable with all the lime in it. It tasted like lime something.
Okay, well, I used to be where you were when I first started drinking. When I turned, I started drinking late. Like I had my first drink when I was 20. But when I was 21 and I was first starting to learn, because you learn how to drink, you learn your own limits and that kind of thing. I used to be able not even to drink a full beer without just be like, I can't. It's like swallowing pain. And at some point, I think what happened was I had a couple of bad experiences of over drinking with hard liquor, because hard liquor, it's very easy to overdo it. And then you don't want to overdo it. It's a bad scene. So then I remember one of my dad's friends was like, hey man, you can't go slamming the accelerator down, because by the time you're up to speed, you take your foot off the accelerator, you're already going too fast. You're going to smash into that tree, son. You got to work your way up to it with the beer. And the logic sounded good. And then I had that experience of it being a crazy hot day and just cracking open a cold beer. And it was like golden relaxation. It's like this like not drinking to get trashed or anything. It's like you're just drinking to just relax. And I've had good associations with beer ever since.
After work beer, it's another one. Even if you're not actually doing labor, you just get home.
Yes.
You get that beer in,
Yes.
and you're just like,
So what I'm saying
Thank
is
you.
I
Good.
recommend we turn on the heater, we make you sweat really, really hard, and then we get like an ice cold Sam Adams with the ice falling off the side as you pull it out of the cooler. You crack it open and you just relax.
Well, see, you know what the thing is, too? In my heart, I want to drink beer because, I don't drink wine either. And this last time I was in California, actually the last 2 months, I've been on a couple dates and women have been giving me wine. So I've drank it because I don't want to look like a punk. And it's hard to say no when you're out with a female and she's drinking and you're not. So I just learned to drink wine and deal with it. And I'm hoping that I can learn to do the same thing with beer because I want to drink beer. Fuck, dude, my drinks are $8, $9, $10 a pop at the bar. Like, Tony's over there, $1.50 whatever night, and
Ballin'.
he's walking out. Yeah, he's walking out $15 later, feeling his buzz. I'm walking out $60 out of my pocket, and I'm not even tipsy yet. So I really do want to drink beer, and you two professionals are the guys to help me do it. And like I said, I really want to, so I'm going to try. Not tonight.
I was about to protest being called a professional, and then I realized I host like the #1 podcast that takes place at a bar. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah,
professional drinker.
Yeah, you are a professional, okay, sir. Okay, I've seen your magic mystum of drinkity drinks. Don't make me expose you.
All right.
I signed the NDA, but look, I will break that shit and go to jail if you push me. I will do it. Travis,
Tony,
you do me a favor? Can you cue up Baby Monkey?
Yes.
Let's do it. I'm riding on a pig.
Right about the world.
Ooh, baby monkey, baby monkey, riding on a pig, baby monkey, baby monkey, baby monkey, backwards on a pig, baby monkey. The world has gone insane, and you don't know what is right. You got to keep on keeping on. Get on that pig and hold on tight. Baby monkey, riding on a pig, baby monkey, going backwards on a pig, baby monkey. Hey.
So here's what I did not realize is that video is done by a guy who I guess Perry Grip, I think his name is. He goes through and he finds all these videos that are super common or super well known in YouTube and writes a custom song about it. Look on, I'll bet on one of the connected links. They probably have one about, was it soccer ball to the face was a funny one, or teenage
to the
girl
face?
talking about herself was another good one. This guy's a damn genius. He's a
I've
wizard.
seen that one. I've seen the one. I'm a teenage girl talking about myself. I've seen that.
Okay,
I didn't realize it was the same guy.
No,
Travis.
and I tell you, it's infectious because in fact, my friend Brady was listening to us on one of the other shows I do, and he likes me and wants to listen to me, but he found that song so annoying that he shut off the feed, and it was only the next day he got tricked into watching the video, and now all day he's all like, baby monkey, baby monkey.
Baby,
There it is.
Oh, play it.
broke my heart. Feels like you hit me in the face with a soccer ball. You hit me in the face with a soccer ball. I said, baby, oh, you broke my heart. Feels like you hit me in the face with a soccer ball. You hit me in the face with a soccer ball. Now I don't know if I can love at all. I was standing at the goalpost, yeah, just minding my own business and looking around. Next thing I know, out of nowhere, I get hit in the face, and then I'm disoriented, lying flat on the ground, flat on the cold hard ground. Oh, that's funny. Why'd you do it? It's like you hit me in the face with a soccer ball. You hit me in the face with a soccer ball. I said, baby, you broke my heart. Feels like you hit me in the face with a soccer ball. You hit me in the face with a soccer ball. Now I don't know if I can love at all.
Okay, Travis, look. Now, Brian, Tony, I love white people, but white people get on my nerves. They do dumb stuff. And Brian is always coming up with these stupid videos that got me singing. I tell you what, I think I might love this dude. Because play the pig again, Travis. And then we're
Wait,
taking
no, they
calls.
brought up do you like waffles in the chat,
Right.
and I
There's a
saw
new
that one a
one. I
long
can
time
only
ago,
sing
and I
so
didn't
many
realize it
songs
was all
at
the same
one
guy.
time.
Now just learn the words to baby monkey. Come
Baby
on.
monkey, baby monkey, riding on a pig, baby monkey, baby monkey, baby monkey, backwards on a pig, baby monkey. The world has gone insane,
I'm upset with how much I love that song.
Can that be the last time? Can that be the last time for that?
It can be the last time if you want to play a waffle song or something. But I don't know
No,
why
this
I
guy's
love
great.
this stupid
I'm saying he's
pig.
good. This guy
Okay,
this guy
here's
does
what I
his
wanna
thing.
do.
It's good.
There's one thing I associate with drinking that we haven't talked about yet. I want to argue about something because no matter how much you agree with somebody, you could always find this one moment that you disagree with someone. And that's, to me, where the most interesting discussions come. And strangely, they seem to come after people are drinking. Because a lot of people socially, they're like, oh, well, there, and you bury it down or whatever. But it's like, no, man, let's talk about it.
The best part is you could be on the same side of the
I know, but
of
then
the
you
point, and
yeah,
you'll still argue. You'll still argue this.
exactly until after you've already screamed at each other. If you're like, all right, man, no, I'm sorry, I didn't get it. All right,
Brian,
no,
remember South by Southwest in your house? We're talking about Superman and Iron Man. Yo, I was gonna rip fucking Brian's heart out. Oh
No,
my god, you were just a fired up little. I don't know.
You cannot compare Speed Racer to a movie. Yeah, it's not fair. I think was what we decided at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
it got serious.
Some Speed Racer.
When's the last big argument you got in? That didn't involve the TSA.
I don't know. I know I argue about stuff all the time. I always get upset. See, I put too much alcohol in this drink because I can't think. I'm thinking about baby monkeys.
I got one.
That's not good.
I got one that,
good,
that
Tony.
tore
Tell me.
everybody up at work, and it's dumb. It's real dumb. It's
what?
And no one really proved it yet. I guess there's some theory. Basically, it came up that cold water is supposed to boil faster than hot water when you put it on the stove, and
that's not true.
We can argue. No, that's what it was. That was the argument, and it came across for all these like different reasons and little like nuances of why it might be and why it shouldn't be and why it couldn't be, and I'm just bringing up what the last big argument was. I'm not here to make the argument.
It is true if you're going to do a flash boil where it goes, you throw it in and it just massively changes state all at once, and then the reverse is also true. Like if it's crazy cold, hot water will turn into ice faster when it's flash frozen. But that's not what happens when you slowly warm it up by having the heat go from like a gas grill. I almost said grass grill, which would be something totally different. But as most of us take our water from the tap and then it takes like 3 minutes to heat to a boil, you're better off with that water starting at 105 degrees and then going up from there rather than starting at 65 degrees. But this is what's great. Look at me, I'm already talking like we've been drinking all night.
You sure are. I lost what you said 17 seconds ago.
This is the best boiling water ever.
Look, Brian's like, when the Kelvin reaches 27 degrees Celsius, the Fahrenheit multiplies by 17, and the water starts to boil if you sprinkle some salt into it. I'm like, what are you talking about?
You get all kinds of mixed up. Now, here's the other reason. Part of the reason they use hot water on hockey rinks is you do get water with less bubbles in it. Because I used to do a magic trick where I needed a block of ice to be relatively clear. And so the problem is when you normally try it, it's covered in ice bubbles. So it is true that you want really hot water to freeze it in order to get a clear thing. But there's all kinds of stuff like this. We should prank call Dr. Kiki right now and ask her this question.
Let's do it. What time is it?
Really?
7 o'clock. California time.
Where she is. Yeah.
I don't want a drunk dial.
Oh, come on, dude. You brought it up.
Yet.
Don't say shit you don't want to do it. Now we're going to argue. Call her. Call her. Call her. Chat room, help me. Call her. Call her. Call her. See, it's coming up, Brian.
I'm going to send her a DM.
It's only 7:45.
That's not bad.
Can you settle an argument about how water boils?
I don't think we were even arguing yet, though. I think you just...
we're about to make it an argument
because I'm not even listening to him. He really cares about this thing, too. I tried to get you out of it, and Brian went right back to it. Well, shut the fuck up, Owen, and I'm going to tell you.
I think that might be the point he was making. People, when they get, a couple boozes in them, they get this emphatic, this really into whatever they think they believe at that particular point. So they'll argue about which superhero, could get what super woman or what or what water will boil faster, hot or cold. They'll make these stupid arguments and they'll get so into it, like you'll lose friends over it, maybe just for that night, maybe till you sober up, but people will get so into it they think that it's like something actually important. But hey.
My thing is I don't like dealing with girls when you're drinking, because you say the wrong thing to a woman and you went from getting some loving to sitting in the car.
Yeah, but they don't have
talking
to be
about it for an hour and a half.
No, that's totally true, man. That's totally true. I recommend only drinking with the boys, and I guess also only drinking with your woman, like alone with your woman. It's when you're with the boys and you say something in front of or to the woman in front of the boys. That's when you get into trouble, because you can't resist, and you know you should treat her better, but you're like, but this would be funny.
And especially if you got one of those cool girls that's like down with the guys, because then they fucking push that envelope and then they go one step too far and you're like, fuck, dude. Now look, oh come on, and you can't take it back because you're drunk. So you try to say sorry in
front of the boys, you know.
Then you see how fast people can sober up.
You have to wait till she walks off and be all like, psh, whatever, and you make one more joke, and so she didn't even hear what the jokes is. She just hears everyone laughing one more time,
and that's the worst thing, because. You know what I can't stand? I can't stand when people do it at all. Like, sometimes, like, you'll just laugh at somebody, and it's not a big deal, but people, what you laughing at? You laughing at me? And I'm like, actually, I am, but it's not, anything personal. It's just something funny. People are so sensitive.
They're so sensitive. You know what they're really upset about? Is they don't want to be excluded or feel like they're the butt of a joke. Like, there was some time, I'm pretty good about taking a joke, but if you're not even going to tell me the joke, well, now you're just being
with that hair all the time.
What's that? What?
That was a joke. That was a joke.
I think this is a very civil haircut.
That one is. I'm messing with you.
You want me to wear a suit too, boss? Come on.
And you haven't even seen Brian's prima donna nightly gelling and twisting his hair. He is like a girl, boy. When he's reading, he's over here twisting spikes, and paying little dolls on them and stuff like that.
What that is, that's also like when we do the scam school shoots, it's always like I want it to be exactly right because it's on tape or whatever. So it's like, that's not fair, Owen.
Yeah, let's blame it on professionalism.
I see you shaving your head all the time. I don't ever see you
shaving. Let's blame it on professionalism. I said professionalism. See? I put too much in my drink.
What's up, pot kettle black?
Yeah, first. Whoa, what'd you call me?
Oh, what happened? Come on.
He called you a kettle, dog.
Come on.
I can't believe you called me a cattle, see?
You called me a cattle.
This is ridiculous.
And black? I can't believe you.
I thought we were above all this stuff. Oh, you know what? One topic that cracks me up about like color is Tony's in a really strange situation. So Tony's in front of family, all that good stuff. But his mother has adopted 2 African-American daughters. So Tony has 2 black sisters. So,
hey, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome, except for when you hang around your white friends and they like dropping the N-word and talk about Negroes and blackies and all the
that's horrible.
Oh, well, white people do that shit, dude.
They do.
No, like to me,
they're not
like,
my friends. Let's not say they're my friends. They're people
you're hanging around, not your friends.
People that don't know me. People that know me obviously would either not be stupid enough to say something like that directly in front of me, or know enough to keep their mouth shut. If they really feel that way and not let me find out about it.
So, because I know it's happened to you a couple times. Like you've been at a party and somebody says, "Oh, look at that N blackity black, whatever," and you have to say what?
Nothing. What am I? If I bring it up, then they feel like assholes. They feel bad about it. Yeah. But did it really change? Did it really change their minds or opinions about anything? No, they just feel like an asshole because they just got caught in being racist or whatever. But it doesn't. Let's put it this way: it doesn't bother me anymore. So I'm used to it. And
do you used to get fired up about it?
Probably initially. The best is when you get called. I used to work in retail, and I would. I sold TVs. I worked at Best Buy. I worked, selling home theater equipment, and you would get people that would try, they would try to play a race card sometimes, like, oh, give me this deal, give me that deal, like they did in 40-Year-Old Virgin, was hook it up.
Yeah.
But it would be the opposite of that. There was the story that comes to mind. There's somebody in the chat room that actually was there. Langer was there, where they were like, "You're not." It was a biracial couple, and they were like, "You're not giving me this deal because I'm with a black man." I just looked at him. I was like, "No, that's not it. I just can't do it." So then I walked over to one of the guys I worked with who happened to not be white. Brought him over. And I was like, Jamal, come here. And I asked the people. I was like, can you please tell us what you just told me? And as I had my arm around my buddy, and they left, and I didn't bother selling them anything. But people are dumb. What are you gonna do about it?
So
No,
I
You
have a
can't get
question for
upset
you.
all the time. If you get upset all the time, even if you're shit faced, you get upset all the time. It's never gonna work out for you.
So I got a question. So some friends of my brothers and mine recently, I guess a couple years ago, they adopted a kid. She happened to be black, and her older sister was in a group home at the time, and so they full on adopted the younger one, but the second one was sort of like a foster care thing instead of a group home, and they really wanted to give the college try. And so now, I mean, they're as white could be, which, I mean, I'd say, which is to
That's
say,
racist.
as white as I am, since I am so white that they have to dial down the iris on the cameras when we shoot Scam School, and that is not a joke. They could actually set the white balance on my forehead. But but in this case, they wanted to give the college try, so they went to a very predominantly black Baptist church, and they felt so uncomfortable, but they did their best to get along. And I was just like, especially maybe, part of it is because she's 14 years old and she's already a troubled youth living in a group home or whatever. But it's like, I would imagine, which do you think is harder? Here's what I want to ask. Which do you think is harder, to be a black couple raising a white kid or a white couple raising a black kid?
You will get over scrutinized either way, but I'm gonna have to say, that's tough, man. I don't know. I know only from experience what I've seen, and my mom gets
it's
my
bad
mom
when
gets
you're
crap all the time.
Though there's issues. There's issues when you're a white couple who adopt black kids, right?
it's harder being a white couple adopting black kids, and I'll tell you why. Because the first thing they say is, "Oh, you don't know about their culture. You're not doing their hair right. You're not teaching them their heritage." If you have a white child, you're like, "Oh, the world's theirs anyway, and why do you have?" It just doesn't even happen. Like, it's rare that even happens. So you couldn't get scrutinized as much because people don't see it as much.
It's hardest being the kid. Let's put it that way. Either situation, it's gonna be hardest being the kid. So
true.
It's the reverse drinking. It's the reverse different strokes problem is what I was going to say. But then I said drinking randomly because we're randomly drinking.
we are. Whoa.
Well, Brian, I'm looking for this email that I got that I put in the trash. But so I got all these radio requests and stuff going on right now because all that bullshit going on. But this one guy sent me this email, and he's basically like, "Oh, you're a liar. Come on our show to tell America that you're lying about what happened to you. You sit on your little tech show drinking wine with obviously your life partner."
Oh,
LOL.
That's
Yes.
me. Oh wait, no wait. Actually, he may be talking about the other gentleman wearing matching jerseys with yours.
I wasn't wearing a jersey though.
Oh, that's right. Okay, then it must be me, dude.
It must
The two
be
of us
you.
having our little domestic dispute. How
Because we're
adorable.
sitting there on our computers together.
Let's go on the show. What's his show?
I was going to ask you if you wanted to go on his show. I'm looking for his email. I mean, this guy was a complete douche nozzle.
Dude, write him back and say, of course we'll be on our show. You sound like like your show is the place where fine minds come to discuss the issue.
This email, he ripped me a new asshole. And I'm thinking,
Like,
who the fuck would go on your show after you just tried to berate me in an email?
What part would be a lie? That you got touched? Or, I mean, does anybody not believe that that's what the TSA does since they,
Admit that they do that?
since they publicly say, yeah, that's our policy? What's the part where you lie?
And the
really,
thing is,
Sean?
too, like, even on Fox, they tried to, like, they didn't try to, but they asked me multiple times, did they touch you inside your underwear? And I'm like, no, they did not. Because that's what the one guy said.
They did editorialize a little, saying that you were touched and humiliated and I'm with Travis. I totally said, show us where they touched you. I was like, show us on the doll where the TSA touched
Show
you.
us the no-no
I got
spot.
an idea. I got an idea.
That definitely
And I
would've-
said that. Oh, and I said that. Why did you give Travis the credit?
Travis did say it first.
Oh, he said it. Okay, he said it over the mics.
Obviously,
Yeah, all right.
what was going to happen.
I typed it. All right. But no, I got an idea. If you go on this asshole's show, go on there and talk about, pick a cause and bring it to the show, and the whole time, no matter what question he asks you, no matter what he wants to know, what issue he brings up, just look into the camera and talk about, whatever you want to talk about, like whatever charity. Baby monkeys. We can talk about baby monkeys. Is there a charity for baby monkeys?
Here in
Probably.
America, there are baby monkeys
You said
riding
last time.
backwards on a pig, and you want to talk to me about the TSA, sir?
I was going a
challenge
little more
you
productive,
to
like
do.
maybe like, oil spill or that sort of thing. But all right.
Baby
No
monkeys,
oil
we can
spill.
do that.
I'm worried about baby monkeys.
Baby monkeys.
Travis, do me a favor. play my BS Fox thing while I look for this douche nozzle's email that I deleted?
Are you gonna
TSA agents with their new invasive pornographic screening
it'll tell itself.
All right.
are now not just touching people, they're fondling them, like they did to my next guest, radio host Owen J.J. Stone.
Radio
says he was
host.
victimized and humiliated when TSA
Victimized
agents
and
literally
humiliated. That's the
reached
face of
down
a
into his
victimized,
pants at
humiliated
Los Angeles
man.
International Airport a few days ago. Owen, welcome to Freedom Watch.
Thanks for having me here.
All right, what happened to you? You were in Los Angeles trying to fly to Oakland. You thought you were in the clear. What happened?
I flew 5 days previously. I wore the exact same outfit that I wore before, so I had a quick pat down, no problem. I fly in. They made me wait for not long, and the guy comes over. He says, "Oh, we have to do an intensive search." I said, "Why?" I said, "Aren't you going to just pat me down?" He said, "Well, it's going to be different." He said, "Do you want a private room, or do you want me to do it out here?" And I said, "Well, what does it entail?" And he said, "I'm going to have to stick my hands down your pants and feel around your waistline and then pat you down." And I asked why, and he said, "I'm sorry, we just implemented new rules. This is what it is. And you probably want to do it in private." And I said, "Well, I don't want to do it in private." And I asked if there were any other options. He said, "No, either you do it in private or you can do it out here, but either way, I'm going to have to pat you down."
All right, so where did they do it? In public?
So-
Yes,
Yeah,
like as soon as you walk through the glass,
In my
little glass
crotchal
box,
region.
you step out of the glass right in the middle of everybody, and I just did it right
I
there.
know you believe in the Constitution, and I know you believe in human dignity. Why did you have them touch your private parts in public in plain view? Why did you let the government do that to you while everybody could see?
I don't trust anyone with my safety, and as soon as I get put into a room, I don't know what's going to happen. As long as there are people walking around me, I feel a lot safer. You know, people don't get shot generally in public with people walking around. They get stabbed or robbed in the middle of the night walking alone.
Did you feel humiliated by this TSA agent who had his hand in your groin?
It was embarrassing. I tweeted out right afterwards. I said, I feel like somebody should owe me a cigarette and a dinner because he felt me up.
What did he do? Where did he touch? Where did his hand go?
This is my pants line, hand in my pants, around my waist, pat my
Hand,
butt,
pants.
pat my groin, then
Hand
on
in
the
my
outside,
pants.
up my legs, in the crotch area, and then behind my butt in the crotch
It's a
area.
hand
When
in
he
my
patted
pants.
your groin, did he touch through your underwear your private sexual organs?
Yes, my butt and
Thank
my
you for busting
genitalia in
out
the
the
front. His hand
G-word,
was
by
flat
the way.
like this, but he patted twice in the front and
Did he
twice
have
in the
any
back.
reason to believe that you had something hidden there in your underwear that might harm passengers on the plane, or did they just pick you out
A
of the
black
blue and
anaconda!
target you for some reason?
Yo, did you read that? You got to get in touch. Get this auto-tuned. That would be fantastic.
That would be awesome to get it auto-tuned.
I don't think I said anything awesome enough to get it auto-tuned.
Hey, you know your story. You're in the Daily Mail in the UK.
What?
Yes, it just busted out. It's on Reddit right now. I just sent the link over to Travis, who hopefully will pan down and show that right next to the screaming 3-year-old. And I can put it up here if you want, Travis. I can put it up here if you want. But like right here, there's the screaming toddler. Stop touching me, crying. And then go on down. And what have we? There's a guy.
That wasn't Owen.
Hey,
Hello!
Oh, looking like a supermodel.
both Thomas Mulman above left and radio DJ Owen Stone.
Yo, they keep calling me radio host, DJ host.
Well, plus everyone
the
thinks
the Judge Report thing article they put DJ a radio host because I was on Leo's show. So
yes. Well, what's funny to me is when you always say I'm Owen JJ Stone, and everybody I think reads it as Owen quote JJ, like that's what you prefer to. Your name's Owen, but you prefer to be called. Everyone keeps calling you JJ. What's up with that?
Yes, Leo loves calling me JJ. He can't help it. He asked me the first time I met me, can I call you JJ? I just like JJ. So when he says my name, he always stumbles and stutters. And then when the judge said it today, I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm JJ. So, but Brian, you know the secret trick of the JJs. So
radio DJ Owen Stone have recounted stories where TSA staff put their hand down their pants as part of a controversial and invasive pat-down procedure at airports. Internationally famous right here on Random. Come on, man, that's huge.
Woo!
Man, I was also international for showing my titties on the internet, so apparently it's what I do.
That was cute. I like that.
And drinking was not involved with any of those.
Huh?
Drinking was not involved when you showed your titties.
Not with any of those. I cannot find this dude's email. It's driving me crazy.
Who cares?
He threw it out
for
purpose.
Who cares, right? Come on.
Yeah, F him.
All right, somebody call in on Random Drinking Skype line and say hello while we're drinking.
Woo! I'm actually. Am I allowed to go get a beer? I ran out of beer.
Go get a beer.
Oh,
What are you
and I
doing,
just
man?
dropped my
That's an
computer.
amateur
I
mistake.
know.
You don't sit down for a podcast with
I
just
gotta get a mini fridge or something. I didn't prepare for this. This is what you learn. This is what you learn on the premiere episode. I
You
need
got
a
to take it
cooler.
from the pros. You got to take it from somebody who knows.
Yeah.
You gotta
I'll get
have-
you a mini fridge too, by the way. I have one. I
I think I have one in the garage. I just didn't think about this. This was not something that.
Go get your beer.
I'm sorry.
I'll take a caller. Somebody replace Tony on the line, please.
Yeah, there you go.
So, there we go. We'll replace Tony, but I'm drinking from my Magic Castle mug. Actually, I'm not. It's the one next to it. I'm actually drinking from my University of Missouri mug. But this Magic Castle mug makes me remember the week I spent performing at the Magic Castle. Dude, no lie. Performed on stage with Marilyn Manson right next to me.
What?
That was insane. Marilyn Manson.
Oh, Brian, I'm getting word we have a caller on the line.
Good.
Caller.
That was me just vamping anyway. I was just trying to, bring up a story. No, go ahead, though.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up,
Going
buddy?
well.
What's your name?
Doug.
What's up, Doug?
I've heard Brian and Justin and Andrew all talking today about the TSA stuff, and there seems to be a lot of people just talking about, they want to demonize the TSA agents and don't want to have real discussions about the actual policy and the problems that are there on both sides of it. So I'm just curious, Owen, now that you've been, part of this, how do you feel? I mean, do you actually have anger towards the agents, or does it make you feel different about the policy?
Okay, so first of all, again, I've dropped my top on the internet. I'm not worried about that as far as somebody seeing me naked on the screen, because I'm proud of my body on all facets. But the problem is I don't want someone having control over it. So whenever I go through an airport, I'm always going to take the pat-down procedure. I didn't feel comfortable having his hand in my pants, but it also just made me adjust how I dressed. So I flew the one time, no problem. I flew the next time with the same outfit, a problem. I flew 2 days later, I changed what I wore, I had no problem. So from now on, when I go through, I'm going to keep my attire appropriate so I don't have to worry about getting patted down, and I'm also going to avoid the machines. And if I have to take the machine, I'm always going to opt out of the machine. I mean, it's not that you don't have an option. The thing is that it is evasive, and my problem and my worry and concern is for children and for people who've been sexually molested or assaulted, and for them to have to go through this kind of screen, because his hand was on my butt and it was on my crotch, and I'm okay with it. I'm all right with my sexuality. I wasn't worried about whatever, and he I did it in public, so I wasn't super worried about him grabbing my junk or whatever people say. But I just feel like there's a better way to do it, and if people don't get upset about it, it's not going to change, because they'll think that it's okay to do it. So the agents are doing their job. I just want to know who wants the job of looking at naked bodies of children and people all day. I don't know who would want that job, really, of strangers. It's just
does that make it child pornography if they scan the
Thank
naked
you.
images of the kids?
Are they allowed
Thank
to
you.
scan children? I didn't think they were allowed to. I thought it was you have
Well,
to be a
they just
consenting
changed-
adult to submit to the scan.
They just changed it from something, I think now they won't do anything to anyone under 12.
Well, first of all, the whole idea of these machines is so idiotic and so ineffective. It's very good at detecting high-density materials like a gun or a knife, but if somebody has C4 plastic explosives, this guy, the underwear bomber that from last Christmas, probably may have not even been detected had he gone through the scanner. And let's face it, even somebody more committed could take a big old fat brick of C4 and hide it inside his body, take a trip to the men's room, and blow the thing up. This thing is a total waste of time, and it's invasive with
Are
no...
you saying he's going to blow up the bathroom?
Yeah, exactly. He will. He'll go into the bathroom.
He's going to
take
number
pictures.
2 that plane right to hell.
But let me say this real quick to the caller. I hope that I've always been fair, because I strongly disagree with the policies of the TSA and indeed with the constitutionality of the TSA. But I never, ever, ever want to take out my frustrations on the hardworking people who work for the TSA. These people, it's a good job with good benefits, and we are in a major recession. I don't blame any one of them, and a lot of them truly believe that what they're doing is saving the world. And in that case, I would never want to take any of that away from them. Plus, I've been recognized way too much at TSA checkpoints by people who are fans of Scam School for me to want any of them to think that I don't love what they're trying to do, and I love the people policies that I'm fundamentally opposed
Plus,
to.
it's necessary.
Well, we can
It's
talk about
necessary. It's
you,
not-
you get more beer in me. We'll start talking about that.
Well, in fact, what I want them to do is not have these machines and hire more TSA agents and do what some of these other countries are doing and interview people. If you feel like somebody's suspicious, grill them. Say, what are you going for? Where are you doing? How long you been? What's your social security number? You know, do the flash question thing. You know, hire more TSA agents, give more people jobs instead of spending $200,000-$300,000 on a machine that emits radiation that I don't trust on my body and holds pictures of my naked body. Hire more TSA agents and have a better system in place.
Brian actually posted a really great article about this that I think was really fascinating. Off of a forum, the pilots deal that you posted yesterday, I think.
Yeah. Yep. Talking about the wastefulness of it. Well, let's back it up and make it more theoretical. This is a crazy idea that I'm sure is totally idiotic and nobody should allow. Would you be opposed to an airline that it was at the airport, had its own separate wing, it was totally divided off from everything else, and
terrorists only?
You didn't have to go through security to go through there. You just walk straight on up. You hopped in. Maybe somebody's packing. Maybe they're not. They hire. Maybe the way they handle it is they say, "Hey, for such a discount, we hire 200 or 300 undercover officers to ride every plane."
No,
and
you
that's
don't have to do that. Just give me a metal detector. Just go through with the metal detector.
No.
There's been no difference in the number of people that they've
no idea what everyone's packing. But it's your free choice to get on this plane knowing that they have no security. Now, granted, you may think that people are idiots who fly this airline, but should this airline be allowed to exist with no security or doing its own thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what's wrong with rethinking the whole very idea of the TSA? Because the whole premise of the TSA is that the airlines should have no jurisdiction, no ability to decide what they do. They take all that away and make it a government-run institution.
Well, if you look at, it boils down really easily on the article that you talked about, that you linked to, that they have not caught any more terrorists since the TSA was formed than before, when we just had the metal detectors and the simple pat-downs if they thought you had something on a random bag check.
Can you link that up in the chat room so I can check it out, somebody?
Yeah. It's in my Twitter feed. I'll have to find it. It was a Barron's article from, I believe, last year, but it was really condemning the performance of the TSA. Basically, what we get as far as a capture rate, we get essentially the same capture rate we had before there was a TSA, as far as like finding weapons that are going through. They still miss 60, 70, 90% of weapons, depending on location and situation. But again, even, I don't know. Now I'm getting, see, this is what happens when you start arguing while you're drinking. You start, all of a sudden, you're enemies of mine. I want to take you down.
I just don't want children frisked, and I don't want people's hands in my pants. I didn't mind a regular pat down. I just don't understand this whole putting your hands in my pants stuff.
He encourages people to pat his butt. In fact, that's what we called him in college. Good old Owen JJ, pat my butt.
Okay, well, you know what?
I just want to meet Owen so I can pat his butt.
Well, you know what? You might get patted in the face. Now look, what I want to happen is next time I go through and they have to put their hands in my pants, I say, okay, so I picked a woman and we get a private screen and then I get naked. Now pat away. now how about that, TSA agent? Let the men do the women, let the women do the men, so at least I can get some enjoyment out of it. I'll get all worked up before she gets her hand in there, like, hey, watch out, girl, you're gonna have to go around the belt line on the front side there. There's a mountain in my peak.
There's going to be no tucking in the waistband in that situation.
No. So, I don't know.
That's the thing I like about the, the pat downs, is that it's honest. It's awkward, and they don't know how to handle it, and they can't even look you in the eye, and an invasion of privacy of that level should feel very awkward for everyone involved. It should be in your face. It should not seem like business as usual and easy to pass through like it's just some other metal detector.
Well, I mean, so are you going to go through the radar scans with the naked body?
I'm
asking, will you? I'm asking, will you?
No, I will. I have refused once, and I will refuse every time I'm able. There may be a time when I'm about to miss a flight and I've got thousands of dollars on the line, in which case I'll be like, well, I lose this round. But on principle, I will always choose being felt up over the peep show.
Question.
Well, go ahead.
Can I get a printout to share with my friends and family?
Of what?
My body scan.
Dude.
Yeah, they keep it on record. They say they don't, but they do.
You heard
I
about
mean-
you heard about this opt-out day on the 24th, right?
Yeah. I'm not flying that
traveling
day.
that day. I'm flying out to San Diego for Thanksgiving.
What?
I'm going to show up like 4 hours early, just based on the possibility of delays.
Well, that's what he asked. The one guy was like, in that email, it's like, you're going to make it so everybody misses their flights and their planes. And I'm like, dude, I go to the airport. I'm 2 hours early every time, so I don't care.
That's the way I am, too, because I have to be 2 hours early because if my luggage doesn't make it, if all my props, my magic crap doesn't make it, there's no point for me to be there. So it's always 2 hours, and I spend an hour sitting at the gate every single time.
Yep, every time. So
thousands of extra hours at gates.
Better safe than sorry.
Hmm.
You know, you spend too much money flying to have to worry about that stuff.
Yeah.
Tony, you gonna come out to LA with me in February and get felt up?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Let's do this.
I'll go through. Is the scanner quicker? I'll do that. Fuck it.
Man, the scanner. Look, first of all, if you dress appropriately, hopefully you don't have to deal with any of it. But
if I stand next to you, they're gonna search you, not me.
Oh yeah, true. Big black guy, tiny white guy. You are golden.
They'll be like, is that Robin Big?
Look
Actually,
at
they'll
that
separate him and think that he's being held hostage by Owen.
True. I tell people, I'm like, he's not my hostage, he's my snack. In case I get hungry later. What? You're tiny. I'm big. It's funny.
No.
All right, caller. Thanks for calling.
Guys.
Oh, wait. Let me ask you a question. Do you fly, Doug?
Yes, I do.
How often do you fly?
A couple times a year.
Like
yeah, can I touch your junk?
What's that?
Can I touch your junk?
Are you going to buy me dinner afterwards, or just one of those really bad Wolfgang
It depends on how your junk feels in the palm of my hand, Doug. I don't know until I touch the junk. You want the flat pat or you want the cup and groove?
This could be the difference between McDonald's and
steak dinner.
TSA needs to have a name for all the moves.
Yes,
McDonald's
spoon with
steak
you and
dinner.
Jerry afterwards.
McDonald's steak dinner.
All right, next.
Next caller. Thanks, Doug.
Thank you, Doug.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not mad really at the TSA agent. The guy apologized a whole lot. He kept saying sorry. My thing with that is he knows he's wrong.
Yes, totally.
Next caller.
Hey, is that me?
Yeah, that's you. You're on.
Oh, hey, this is Matt. I actually talked to Owen the other day. I wanted to apologize to you in person for the radio host thing. That was a typo by a very rushed writer, so I do apologize for that one.
Hey, thanks, Matt. From Alex Jones, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
Wait,
buddy.
Are you the one that wrote radio host and it's following him through all these other articles?
He can put that on his resume now.
I called Owen that morning. I called Owen that morning, and when I got the go-ahead that he was going to be on the show, we sent it over to a writer, and we said, you need to get this out right away. And he was like, well, what's going on? He took 2 clips and went with radio host, and that's basically what started that one.
Well, it's, I was on Leo's show, and Leo is a radio personality, and we were guests on the show, so I'm not super upset. It's not a far stretch. It was just funny because the judge today is like, so what station are you based out of? And at first I didn't realize what he was saying. I'm like, oh, I'm in Jersey. He's like, oh, so you must know such and such out of Cafe Philadelphia. And I'm like, oh, I'm not a radio host. I'm on the internet. I'm a consultant and podcaster, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh. Yeah, and then he went right back to radio host because he had no idea what the fuck I was talking about. So
that's so funny.
Yes.
So you work over at the Alex Jones show?
I do, yes.
What's your role over there?
As a producer, actually.
So you're here in Austin then, right?
Yes.
Because I'm based out of Austin as well. In fact, I always feel a connection to Alex Jones because I don't know if he's still with her, but his girlfriend, when he was doing the community access television stuff, did a piece on me like a decade ago for the PSA show that she was doing. And then one of my first radio performances was on the Shannon Burke show on 98.9 KJFK here in Austin, which Alex was also on. So I'd see him sometimes coming and going there as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think he's been all around Austin at one point or another.
Absolutely.
But I did want to bring one thing up, and it kind of goes with the TSA thing. The underwear bomber that basically supposedly had prompted everyone to install these new scanners, even though they had actually been ordered a year or two in advance because they arrived a week later. He didn't go through any screening at all. And that's rarely talked about in this situation. He didn't go through the metal detector or anything. He was actually just let on the plane.
You know what else is talked about is the fact that his bomb totally didn't work, and neither did the shoe bomber's bomb. But they affected these gigantic and the liquids thing was just a bunch of people sitting around talking about what they wanted to try, and nobody ever actually even tried it. And apparently that wouldn't have worked either.
Yeah, I mean. Right. It's just scare tactics for the machines instead of the machines. That's why I said, I'd much rather have them hire more TSA agents. Send back all these machines that want to put radiation in my body and show me naked and get some better skills. And, I don't mind somebody grilling me in my face and asking me questions as opposed to putting their hands in my pants. So, all that stuff it just seems like a scare tactic. And then people say conspiracy theory, all this stuff. There's a lot of money on the line for these machines.
You're a fool if you don't think anything in the world is not driven by money. So that's a completely valid point to this whole topic.
That ain't driven by money for sure.
You could drive it with enough money.
Look,
I doubt it.
Mr. Smiley has a tattoo of a dollar bill on him because I like to watch my money grow. So I could say, in fact, he was actually very motivated by money. What? That's too much? You didn't need to know?
That's fine. I didn't know you. I didn't need to know you named it Mr. Smiley.
He makes girls happy.
Over the top.
What'd you say, Brian?
Could you? I'm curious about this. Like, I'm curious if we can't control your junk with money. Like, for enough money, do you have sex with a woman you've never met before?
Yeah.
Would you, even if she's a dirty hobo woman?
Can I wear a condom?
Yes.
Yes.
What
Could
if
you
she's
physically manifest the means to?
What about
this
for the right price? I'd have sex with a man. So just get the number up high enough.
Okay, all right. What about an ugly hobo man?
Ugly hobo. The price is like high, Brian. I'm talking like the price is like almost like.
This is definitely one of those drunken arguments. This is definitely one of those things that comes up when people are drinking.
Hobo man.
This show is legit.
$500 million, I'll do it.
What is your price for in the middle of the Super Bowl?
Our guests are outbidding themselves.
For the halftime show to be OHDOCTAH has sex with an ugly hobo while other hobos dance around him and point out, do a crazy whatever the OHDOCTAH's having sex with a hobo dance would be.
And somebody throws a ham sandwich in the middle.
Yeah, they have to throw ham sandwiches at you as well. What's your price?
At the Super Bowl, $1 billion. I'll do it.
Okay, so I'm sorry, we only have $900 million. Are you willing to do it for?
I'd do it for $900 million.
I'm sorry, my producer just called me. It turns out that what I thought was $900 million turns out to be $700 million. Are you still interested?
That is my lowest possible rate.
It's also monopoly money.
You know what? Actually, the Forex exchange just closed, and it turns out that it's now only worth $699 million.
Don't we have a professional still on the line? Don't we have someone who's sober?
I just see exactly.
Oh yeah, he's still there laughing. See, that's a professional right there. He's like, I want no.
He's a producer. He's seen all this before.
Change the subject. I see. All right.
Look, you're trying to nickel and dime me into sleep with hobos. I don't have time for this.
Dirty. That's what we're paying the hobos, nickels and dimes.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Jonathan Colton and John Hodgman are singing a song about you having sex with the dirty hobo at the Super Bowl.
I don't know what that means.
Well, anyway, again, it's not that big a deal. They call me radio host. I'm just gonna have to deal with that, and hopefully somebody offers me a radio host job somewhere, and then I can make it legit.
Put it on your resume. You have several news sources to back it up.
Oh, true. Good call. See, that's why I keep Tony around. See, Matt. Now look, I just get on a couple more shows with Alex, and then I have some basis and a recording, and I'm good to go. Like, look, I'm on the radio. I host stuff. I'm good.
OHDOCTAH.
I'll see what I can do.
OHDOCTAH is backwards for on that hobo. Look it up on the internet.
If that's not real, is that real? Is that real? Is there a B in there somewhere?
You're about to get seriously upset if your name really was on that hobo backwards.
I've been drinking, and I'm drinking hard liquor, so don't mess with me.
See, you get more clever when you drink beer because it softly comes in. You lower those inhibitions, and you start getting really clever. Come on, man.
Hey, Matt, what do you drink when you're drinking? Not saying that you're drunk now. What's your preference?
I'm a tea guy, actually. I'm not much of a big drinker, but if I do, it's always a Guinness.
Guinness.
Texas tea. Oil. Black gold.
What's your favorite kind of tea, Matt?
Orange Pico, just a classic.
I'm an Earl Grey kind of guy.
I do love Earl Grey hot.
Dude, that's what I was about to say. Every time, that's what got me started on Earl Grey. Was you want to be Jean-Luc Picard, right?
Yep.
Tea, Earl Grey,
exactly.
Hot.
Well, he only said hot because he had to tell the machine that he wanted it hot. I mean, come on, nerdlings. Tony, you drink tea?
I do. Lipton?
That's a professional.
No, I'll drink tea.
Right
Actually, I'm not coffee, so tea. I'll drink coffee when it's there, and I'll once in a while I'll drink it on purpose. But tea.
All right. Hey Matt, thanks for calling, and thanks for the sympathetic apology. Not that it's a super huge deal. Like I said, I'm just gonna beef up my resume, and hopefully I get to talk to you again soon, buddy.
All right. See you around.
Anybody else chilling in the chat room want to talk and tell us what they're drinking? There's another caller already. Slow down. I didn't even invite you yet. Who is this person?
It's Espen.
It's who?
It's the grumpy fat guy.
Oh, the grumpy fat guy, you bastard hound. Oh, my God. Put me full screen. Now, look. First of all, you grumpy fat butt. Gonna come tell me what you don't like about my show. You're not gonna watch my show because of my squeaky chair. Yeah, I got a squeaky chair. So what?
I didn't say anything about your squeaky chair, dude.
I didn't get WD-40 yet, and I'm busy. Okay, I got stuff to do, Espen. I'm sick and tired of your flippity flappity tweets, and then you try to sneak around on that bullshit, go on Twit and talk in the chat room. I got spies everywhere, fool. You better watch it. Okay, I'm all over the fucking internet, and I know what you was talking about me. And then I get on Twitter again. I walk in the door, and Leo's reading your tweets with your little vicious lies, with your propaganda you try to put out on the internet. And then today, you will ask me to retweet your tweet after you called me out about trying to get cheap retweets on my tweet. You need to stab yourself in the face, Espen. And you know what? From one fat guy to another, go eat a cookie, you fat bastard hound, and then ask me to retweet your bullshit on some autism that is a kind and wholesome thing that I should retweet. You're going to make me feel guilty about not retweeting your autism. I wore a pen for Autism Speaks in one of my Dr. Monday Man videos, bitch. I support autism. It's a horrible thing for kids, and you made me feel guilty about it with your bullshit. So don't fucking call in here on my random drinking show talking about I'm the fat grumpy guy, and you're not grumpy because you're fat. You are the fat grumpy guy for as long as I live. Espen F, you need to change your fucking ways, bro, because I'm not putting up with your bullshit.
Owen.
How you doing?
Owen. Seriously, Owen. $687 million. That's all I can do. And we'll clean him up. He'll be a cleaner hobo. I mean, give up like $14 million, but he'll be much cleaner. You want
slightly handsomer, slightly.
Espen, are you still on the line?
Yes, I'm crying.
What's up, buddy? You all right over there?
That's the best goddamn shout out
okay?
I've ever had.
I've been waiting to blow up on you for like days, dude. You know you be stabbing people. You be fucking with me on Twitter, trying to make me feel bad. See, you're one of those, and I kill them with kindness because I don't like to mess up fans. You know, I don't have that many. You know, so I try to be nice to my fans, and you come with your little rhetoric, and I got to find ways to dance around and be nice to your ass. So, you deserve that.
First of all, I haven't complained about your chair at all. That's the first thing I'm going to say.
So I pick up shit. So what? I'm drinking.
Yeah. The show's not called Accurate Record Keeping. It's called Drinking Random. Random. I don't even know what the show's called. Drinking. All right.
Yeah, yes. We can't say the show right, Brian. Right? Brian's called it randomly drinking. I called it drinking randomly. We've both screwed up whatever the name of the show is. That's how bad it is.
Dude, that's the beauty of it. You just it's got drinking in the title. That's all that matters.
Espen, what else did I mess up on in my rant? What else did I say wrong?
I'm not grumpy. I like you. I mean, you're funny. I mean, it was one or two things I said that wasn't a bad thing. It was just an honest opinion.
Oh yeah, it's okay. I know you don't like Khayyam. That's fine. A lot of people don't like Khayyam, and sometimes I don't like Khayyam, so it's okay.
The thing I wanted to hear you guys argue. So I want to ask you guys, what's the best sci-fi movie you've ever seen?
Do you even watch? Black people don't watch sci-fi, do they?
Owen does.
Black people invented sci-fi.
What?
No, that's
Black
rock and roll. You're
people
thinking of rock and
sci-fi.
roll.
No. Black people invented sci-fi.
I'm thinking you're
Cheap
thinking of blues.
props with stuff that people can't afford, and they make it look like monsters. That's some Negroidian shit. Black people invented bad B flick movies, Blackulas and Negroes in outer space. So
No,
just
that was-
so you roll.
Ouch, Jay Glock.
That's way after. Listen, the whole thinking about the whole idea of we have so much that we want to make up stories in the future where we have even more. I'm pretty sure that's what white people made up. I think that was a white people thing.
Good point.
Planet of the Apes, bitch.
That is funny.
What is that? Is that an argument? What is that?
It is an argument.
What is that?
The Planet of the Apes, greatest sci-fi movie of all time.
I don't know if Jay Glock was serious.
That was written by a white man, wasn't it?
No, it was written by a black man dating a white woman. He was the ape. He was the ape. She went to a barbecue and said, "Look at all these apes running around here. Look like a whole planet of apes." And he said, "That's some good shit. So I'm gonna go home and find a planet of apes."
What if a whole
planet? Put these white folks in a cage. What white person would want to put other white people in a cage? Nobody.
There's probably some editorial changes, though. I mean, do you think it was really the Statue of Liberty or
Hey, it was the statue of Negroidianism. So the black man wrote a story about putting white people in cages and a planet being run by Negroes. You tell me a white man made a Planet of the Apes.
All right,
I'll
buy that. That actually, I get your analogy now. Here, bump it out.
I just checked the charter of the internet, and I'm pretty sure it says here that anytime somebody accuses Planet of the Apes of being written by a white woman who dated a black man and was afraid that black people would take over the universe,
right.
That's the signal that it's time to wrap up the episode. I'm pretty sure.
We got 2 more minutes.
All right. You want to take one more call, or what do you want to do?
We have to answer the question.
What was the question? I don't remember what it was.
The question was, what's the greatest sci-fi movie of all time?
Oh, shit. Sorry.
What is wrong with you two? You guys are drunk.
Hey!
I will say, I don't know that I can. I'll say 2001, maybe 2010. I'll tell you what's the most underrated sci-fi movie is definitely 2010, the year we made contact, especially to anybody who grew up at a time when you can remember the abject terror of what it meant to grow up during the Cold War at this precarious balance when at any moment we were all going to get blowed up by nuclear bombs. And to see that projected into a future 30 years, I mean, thankfully nothing like that has happened, but it just is majestic in the way it's able to represent this idea more fantastic than you could possibly imagine, this genesis of a new form of life. I really like 2010, and if you saw it once and forgot it, go back and watch it again because it's really good.
Tony, what do you think?
Dude, I grew up on Star Wars, and that's obviously going to be an easy answer, but I know it's not the right one.
Especially because it's not sci-fi.
It's not sci-fi.
It's
because it happened a long, long time ago?
Trappings. It's fantasy. Go ahead. Magic powers, that's not sci-fi. Go ahead.
We could get into that because we're drinking, but we won't.
Oh my God. I totally don't agree with him.
All right, go ahead.
Anyway. Dude, that's hard. I really like the original Dune. It's before my time, but when I watched it, it was pretty. But that also has powers that aren't. I guess it's fantasy.
No. Dune is pretty good.
They have weirding.
No, but is Dune sci-fi?
No, all the powers in Dune come from the spice, and they're sensible.
All the powers in Star Wars come from the Force.
Come from midi-chlorians. Well, that's bullshit when they started explaining that
became
stuff.
Sci-fi when they added the midi-chlorians, and that's when it went, pew, crap. It did. Right. But like the archetypes it did, you had an old wizard and a young apprentice who was learning the ways. All the archetypes in Star Wars are all fantasy-based. But
I will tell you one thing. Black people think the same. I swear to God on my life, I was going to say Spaceballs, and freaking Jay Glock is like, Spaceballs. And I'm like, dude, you stole my thunder with Spaceballs.
So how can Spaceballs be one of Star Wars? I mean, you can't have Spaceballs without Star Wars, obviously. I mean,
they didn't have magical powers.
Yeah, dude, they had jackass powers, drinking their air, and making their sound effects with Michael Wilson.
Espen, are you still on the line?
Yeah.
Thanks for the question that has no answer, because we're just going to have to fight Brian on this later. The one thing I want to bring up is that the change of the name on Sci-Fi pissed me off. Can we all agree on that?
Wasn't it like a Swedish word or something for like anal sex or
No.
something fucked up?
The real reason, you ready for this? The real reason is you cannot trademark. Their application to trademark sci-fi, SCIFI, was denied because sci-fi is a generic term. Just like I can't trademark the word chair and demand that people pay me every time they use the word chair on any merchandise. They wanted to do that with sci-fi, and they realized that SYFY they could change it, and then that way they could start making money on it. And once I heard that, I became okay with it. It's actually the same reason that Kentucky Fried Chicken became KFC. They said it was because they wanted to produce a more healthy image. That's not true at all. The reason they did it was because Kentucky passed a law saying that you had to pay to use the word Kentucky in any of your advertisements or any of your consumer products. So they changed it to KFC.
Okay. See, there you go. Informed. Espen, have a good night. Thanks for the question. And we're going to fight about this sci-fi thing later. Appreciate you calling.
And to go off that last call,
good night.
The sci-fi question, we could say it's on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to that. No? Chat room, love you guys. It's been an hour. We've been drinking. It's been random. We'll be back next week. Brian might be back. We might replace him with an alternate Brian if he's not available. And we'll see what happens next week. I think you're traveling next week. We're gonna have to replace you.
Yeah, 1 week from today, I'll be participating in the opt-out day. I'll be traveling with my family to go to Thanksgiving. I'll catch you next week.
Awesome. And everybody in here already knows what Brian's thing is, but you can check him out at Schwood on the Twitters, Schwood.com, NSFW. What else you do? What else is good? You got? Oh, Frame Rate. With Tom Merritt.
Scam School.
Show Frame Rate. Scam School. I've been drinking, so it's hard for me to remember.
That's all right. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, Tony's on Twitter. Tony J. Falcone. He's a newbie. You didn't do so bad, Tony. Other than not remembering beer. You forgot beer. That's it. Next time we'll get you a fridge.
That one time, yeah, I didn't think about it. Sorry.
I'm your boy Owen JJ Stone, aka OHDOCTAH. Drinking random. We got to find a guest for next week, and it'll be awesome. And we'll be back. Love you guys. Have a good night. Oh, Travis is running shit, and he rocks. Baby Monkeys. Woo woo.
At Travis Lowe, take us out. Baby Monkey riding on a pig.
Baby monkeys, riding on a pig. Baby monkey.